Okay, follow up to my last scale video. Calipers represent the principle being modeling to the correct scale. If you can find the correct exact measurements of things you are modeling, it's the same thing. To be sure, calipers are relatively cheap and they will guarantee exact scale. They're also specifically good for what I do, which is smaller props and weapons. You don't have to have the exact thing to measure, but it's always helpful to measure something that's close. I still catch experienced artists creating things that aren't to scale. They usually create things that the overall object is approximately correct, but individual pieces of the object can be way outside of what should be correct. Thickness is the most common issue that I've seen because it's typical to model things from the side using an image, but neglect exact dimensions of the width. So let's go through an example. I designed this knife. So obviously, since it's fictional, I can't measure it, but I have a similar knife and I can measure that. For this video, I actually Googled what the thickness of a folding knife should be, and I got a bunch of results that were people either speculating or throwing out different values. Now, all those things could get close, but having one value I can work from is going to actually make my modeling faster. Those values also didn't give me a full picture. Let me show you. You see, most blades get thinner as they get towards the tip. So I can take measurements all along the blade to know how thick it is at certain points. And if I wanted to, I could even measure the thickness of the scratches on it so I know what scale my details should be. Approximating the size of something by measuring things that you can physically hold are almost always going to give you a better value than just guessing from your computer screen. Digital things on your monitor remove all context. You have really no idea what the size of anything is you're modeling because it's just not up against anything else. So it's a pretty good idea to grab something that you think might be a similar size and measure it. It's even a good idea if you can find measurements online to compare it to similar objects or even your hand size to get just a better feel for it and a better feel for what the texture details should be.
This is me in the editing booth. When you're looking for references online, try to find resources with more exact measurements to help yourself out, and the more precise the better. Sometimes you can even find CAD files online of similar items that you can download and check out. Next time I'll talk about something other than scale, I promise.